Welcome to Hood Ties. In this episode, we'll be discussing a complex tale of loyalty, vengeance, and the harsh realities of street life, centering around the tragic death of rapper King Von and the subsequent fallout that has reverberated through the hip-hop community, particularly among the members of OTF, or Only the Family. In the world of hip-hop, the bond between artists can be as strong as blood ties. When tragedy strikes, that bond often deepens, leading to actions that can change lives forever. One such incident was the untimely passing of King Von, a close friend and collaborator of rapper Lil Durk. The streets mourned his death, and his fans took to social media, igniting a movement that would see the rise of the hashtag #SlideForVon. This hashtag was not just a tribute, it was a rallying cry for revenge, urging Lil Durk and his OTF crew to take action against those they believed were responsible for Von's demise. Lil Durk, feeling the weight of his friend's loss, found himself ensnared in a web of grief and vengeance. According to federal documents, a witness claimed that Durk, using coded language, placed a monetary bounty on the head of Quando Rondo, who was implicated in King Von's death. This act of retribution would set off a chain of events that would lead to violence, betrayal, and ultimately, legal trouble. The timeline of events begins on August 18th, 2022, just one day before a violent confrontation would unfold. Lil Durk and members learned from an OTF affiliate that Quando Rondo was staying in a hotel in Los Angeles. Fueled by grief and a desire for vengeance, Durk viewed this as an opportunity to avenge King Von's death. A group of OTF members, including DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, known as OTF Didi, Azza Houston, or OTF Boogie, Keith Jones, referred to as Flakka, and David Brian Lindsay, known as Brown Eyes, bought one-way tickets from Chicago to San Diego, all linked to co-conspirator 3, a credit card holder associated with OTF and Lil Durk. This shadowy figure was just one part of a larger conspiracy that was unfolding. What transpired next was a calculated move by the OTF crew. A number, believed to be Lil Durk, sent a warning text to co-conspirator 3 to not book any flights under his name. This indicated the level of paranoia and caution Lil Durk had as they prepared for the impending confrontation. OTF Didi messaged a friend on Instagram, signaling their intent with the words, "On my way to LA." On the very same day, Lil Durk and OTF Vonnie arrived in Los Angeles via private plane. OTF Vonnie took charge, renting a room at the Sheraton Universal Hotel in Universal City, California, using a credit card linked to Durk. Meanwhile, the other members of the crew, Flakka, Brown Eyes, OTF Didi, OTF Boogie, and co-conspirator 2 were also checked into the same hotel. As the tension mounted, OTF Vonnie purchased a white BMW from a rental company and also obtained a white Infiniti with fake license plates. In a seemingly innocuous move, he also purchased 4 ski masks from a Big 5 sporting goods store, a purchase that would later be deemed significant due to the nature of the events that were about to unfold. In the early hours of August 19th, 2022, Quando Rondo, accompanied by his cousin Lil Parb and others, departed from their hotel in a black Cadillac Escalade. Little did they know, they were being followed. The white BMW, driven by OTF Vonnie and occupied by Flakka, Brown Eyes, and co-conspirator 2, trailed them closely, along with the white Infiniti. For hours, the two vehicles shadowed Quando's car, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. They followed him to a marijuana dispensary, and later to a clothing store on Melrose, but the moment never seemed right to act. It wasn't until Quando's car made a stop at a mobile gas station across from the Beverly Center shopping mall, and that's when the situation escalated violently. As Quando's cousin stepped out to pump gas, the tension reached its peak. The Infiniti parked discreetly in an alley behind the gas station, while the BMW approached the gas station. 3 shooters, Flakka, Brown Eyes, and co-conspirator 2, exited the BMW, their faces concealed by black ski masks. In a swift move, they unleashed a barrage of bullets, firing at least 18 rounds at the Escalade. In the chaos, Lil Pab was tragically killed, but Quando, the intended target, survived the onslaught. The shooters quickly retreated to the infinity and sped away, leaving behind a scene of horror. Just 15 minutes after the shooting, OTF Vonnie, Flaka, and OTF Didi arrived at an In-N-Out Burger, where they were joined by Brown Eyes and co-conspirator 2 in a black SUV. The atmosphere was tense as they discussed the aftermath, including payments for their roles in the shooting. In the days that followed, Lil Durk sought to capitalize on the surge of emotion surrounding the incident. He referenced Lil Pab's death in his music, crafting lyrics that echoed the real-life tragedy, using audio from a news clip where Quando Rondo reacted to seeing his slain cousin's body. The lyrics, raw and visceral, served as a chilling reminder of the violence that plagued their lives. As the dust began to settle, the conspirators boarded a flight from San Diego to Chicago, using the same credit card linked to co-conspirator 3. The web of deceit seemed to be tightening, but for over 2 years the case remained quiet, as if the streets were holding their breath. However, in 2023, a significant development occurred. Lil Tim, a key figure in the events leading to King Von's death, was cleared of murder charges under Georgia's Stand Your Ground law. The implications of this decision rippled through the hip-hop community, but it was just the beginning of a new chapter. Fast forward to October 17, 2024, a grand jury returned an indictment that charged Lil Durk, OTF Vonnie, OTF Didi, OTF Boogie, Flaka, and Brown Eyes with murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder for hire, resulting in the tragic death of Lil Pab. The charges also included the discharge of firearms and a machine gun known as a switch, in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. The following week, law enforcement took action. OTF Vonnie, Flaka, Brown Eyes, OTF Didi, and OTF Boogie were arrested in a series of raids across Chicago. Federal agents executed multiple search warrants, hunting for evidence tied to the conspiracy. In a turn of events, the FBI received alarming notifications from US Customs and Border Protection about Lil Durk's travel plans. He had booked 2 international flights, one to Switzerland and another to Dubai, both scheduled to depart that evening, but he did not board either flight. Then came a critical moment. At 6:40 p.m., the FBI tracked Durk's movements to a private plane heading to Italy, scheduled for a 9 p.m. departure. Law enforcement was quick to act, arresting him just before he could board. As the legal battles began, Lil Durk faced a new 4-count superseding federal indictment. Alongside his original conspiracy charge, he was now confronted with additional counts for using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death. The gravity of the situation was immense, and the stakes were high. If convicted, Durk and his co-conspirators faced life in prison or even the death penalty. Despite the overwhelming evidence and the serious nature of the charges, Lil Durk maintained his innocence, planning to plead not guilty. For him, the weight of the world was heavy, but in the eyes of the law, he and his co-conspirators were presumed innocent until proven guilty. As we reflect on this tragic saga, it's crucial to understand the broader implications of these events. The cycle of violence and retribution that permeates street culture is not just a story of individuals. It's a reflection of systemic issues that affect communities across the nation. The allure of fame and success can be overshadowed by the harsh realities of life in the streets, where loyalty is tested and the consequences of actions can lead to devastating outcomes. This episode serves as a reminder that the streets are unforgiving. The lives of these men, intertwined by friendship and betrayal, illustrate the delicate balance between love and vengeance. As we continue to explore the stories that shape our communities, let's keep the conversation going, holding space for understanding, healing, and ultimately, change. Join us next time on Hood Ties, as we delve deeper into the intricacies of loyalty, legacy, and the choices that define our paths. As always, stay safe. Peace.